Hi and welcome back to another video of jPlay. I am Marcus and today I'm doing a solo playthrough of Freedom Unfreeze's finishing time Feierabend. A game where you're playing a team of workers and we are leaving each day stress and look for something fun in the evenings. And that's what this game is all about. It's really such a fun game, such a clever game, such a simple game, but really a lot of decisions you have to take throughout the game, especially when you play it pretty much against actual human players in this one. But of course, I've already mentioned it, I'm doing a solo playthrough today, which means that robots have replaced humans at many factories, but how well do they compete against humans when it comes to relaxing? That's what we are trying to find out. I already prepared the board. I think we are still doing a two-player game in this case. So there is this little AI up here, which I definitely deal with. The bot though gets, let's say, somewhat of a starting bonus, which is down here. So the robot starts like the standard starting player with $5 income, 4 strike tokens, no, $5 and the normal income, and basically gets 4 strike tokens and the +1 worker token, which you usually also always use in a two-player game. On top of this, we are now rolling a die here. Normally you get to choose, I believe, but I will roll a die. Unfortunately, I don't have a 7-sided die, so I will have to roll a 10-sider here, and yeah, simply have to continue to roll if I roll higher than a 7, obviously. So let's see about that. And that's the 8, of course. Let's roll again. That's a 9, even better. Again, don't want to cheat it. That's a 3. Okay. In need of a vacation. Okay, start the vacation track disk on space 2, which means the robot's already earned his right to send his workers on a two-week vacation, basically each round. They're not really rounds in this game, which is also something which I quite like because it's really flowing along, going back and forth between the players, and at some point in time you have to take all your workers back or they have to go back to the factory, but there's no real end of round. That's really something which I highly enjoy, and I already mentioned in some of my previous videos. It's something that, I don't know, seems to happen now in a lot of modern games now, which I really like. So we will be the white player here, obviously. There is no blue, I don't know why, but there is none. And yeah, the robot will be the purple player. So this will be his starting bonus. For me to get to, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks of vacation, I have to spend 4 and 5 strike tokens in order to get there, so that's definitely something. But again, that's about it. Everything else has been prepared in a two-player game. Each of the players starts the game with 5 money and 4 strike tokens. That's a little bit different to, let's say, a 3 or more players game. The starting player will pretty much already has spent one of his workers out there, so that's kind of the downside of being the starting player. But again, in a two-player game you get this +1 token, and the robot will always use this as soon as possible. So we have our strike tokens here, but again, the robot will go first. I have to confess, I've never played this game solo before, so this will be my first time, so I have no clue how well I'm doing. And by the way, in case you're wondering what this game is all about, it's all about relaxation. So we want to have the most relaxation, aka victory points, and the game end is being triggered once one of us is reaching the basically 40 mark here. Then we still keep going unless we've all spent our workers or all have to send them to relaxation. Then they move back or come back to the factory one final time, and then we are basically tally up our score. Not really tallying up. In the end, we will have the money or the relaxation points, as we will see that here on that track. Between that, we will do a lot of things. We will go on strike, we will go to the pub, we will go to the amusement park and whatnot. Again, there are not really too many different actions, but still there are a lot of difficult decisions to make. I think without further ado, let's get cracking. And as mentioned, the robot will be the starting player. The game comes with this green die. It's a 2F game after all, but I'm not using it because you wouldn't see it too well on my greenish tablecloth here. So let's go with my jPlay die. The logo is a 1, by the way. You know how well I'm rolling, which is why I decided not to make it a 6, obviously. And again, let's simply roll that die now. That's a 4. So let's check out the 4 here. We cannot send someone to the motel because in order to go to the motel, you have to have a partner available. Right now, we don't have any partners yet whatsoever. We are working 70 hours each week, so we simply didn't have time to find one. But that's what about to change right now. So this space here tells you here you really have to send a partner. That's the motel here. On these spaces you get a partner. I think I will come to that in basically next 20 to 30 seconds. On those spaces where you see this heart in a little circle, that's an option. You can bring a partner, but you don't have to, but you get usually some bonuses when you do so. So in this case, that's not allowed. So he cannot go to the motel. So let's check for the next option. That's a motorcycle ride. It's the same thing. You have to send a partner. I don't know why you have to send or bring a partner onto a motorcycle ride, but that's what it is in this game. So let's not do that either. So he will go to the blind date only if more workers than partners on factory. And right now that's the case. And that's really bad news now, because that means he will also spend his +1 token here. So he will go to both of those spaces, and that's really bad news. 1 and 2. He still has to spend $4 to do so. I think that's still something, though he's down to only $1, but still, he just grabbed 2 partners. He cannot use those partners this, let's call it round, until he goes back to the factory. But I will not be able to collect any of those partners now. That's really a bummer. On top of this, he did take this action here twice, which means he gets 2 relaxation points, which is not great, but definitely a start. The good thing about this +1 token is we get it now, so we can use it right away. Not sure if I want to do that right away, because right now there is one tasty option available. So this was already the turn of the robot, and I am thinking to definitely send one guy here, but maybe we also want to send someone in here, so we can pretty much grab 6 in total of those strike tokens. Again, if I want to send 2, I have to give up my plus token here right off the bat. Getting 6 of those tokens early could be huge actually. So I think let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll send someone here and someone here, which means I have to spend this token. It goes back to the purple robot player, but therefore I just grabbed 6 of those strike tokens, which I can use in let's say next action. Again, this would be one of my actions, but again, this was already my turn 2, so we will move back to the robot. So you see this game is really moving fast, and that's a 6. Okay, which means he will go for always maximum relaxation, and I believe there is now a tie between the runner's trail here and the vacation, because again, both give you 3 relaxation. The rules say there is a tiebreaker now, which say first vacation, then motel, then the theme park. But I believe because he has the +1 or the plus token, I guess he will go to the runner's trail now, which is really bad for us actually. So he will send 1 here and 1 there. Doesn't have to spend any money for that, so simply running, I will get the plus token back, but he just scored 6 relaxation points, really taking those away from us. That's really bad. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. He's already in the greens, but keep in mind, once a player has placed all of his workers onto the board somewhere, on the relaxation space, on the union space, wherever, so the workers are no longer in the factory, you have to bring them all back to work. At that point in time, they get stressed again, which means depending on the amount of hours you work each week, you're losing some relaxation right off the bat. So if our starting space is 70 hours, so that's really bad, yes, 70 hours. And if that's still the case, when you take all your workers back, you will lose 16 of your relaxation points. Later on, you can spend strike tokens to make it here to the 60, 50 and whatnot. And then the loss of relaxation will be lower than that. And that's really, really crucial. And you can not go beyond -19 here, but it's still bad enough. So if you're ending up in these red areas here, some other further things will happen. So you basically have to start heavy drinking in order to get rid of your stress, which is really not very efficient in this game. And I'm pretty sure it's not efficient at all. So that was definitely bad for us, but it's our turn. And kind of a good thing is we see already that he's already running out of workers. So if we wait long enough, all those spaces get available again, because this is what also happens when they're moving back. Those spaces get available again. And so if I wait, and maybe all those cool spaces come back up again. And again, I can stall by simply spending my strike tokens, simply waiting for him for the robot to free up those spaces. So I think that's definitely something to consider. But what am I going to do now with my... I mean, I could also spend 2 workers now, but do I want to do that actually? Or should I really now wait? I think I will actually. I will go for a strike action. And for my first strike action, I think let's only spend 4 of my tokens now. Yeah, let's do that in order to earn ourselves 1 week of vacation. Isn't that great? Huh? That's really amazing. So as of now, we can send our workers here onto this board. Keep in mind, this was the starting bonus for the robot player in this case. So we can already go 2 weeks on vacations, but right now 1 week is fine too. In theory, I could keep spending my tokens, but again, I want to wait until he's freeing up those spaces before I'm doing anything crazy. So I think let's not do that right now. So we will pass it over to the robot player again. Again, that's the 6. Maximum relaxation. I think in this case, yeah, I think that's vacation now. Yeah, that's definitely vacation for him. In theory, he would go 2 weeks on vacation. The problem is he only has 1 money left, which means he can only send a worker here. This is the 1 week ring vacation. So he will go here. In theory, you could bring a partner, but this would also double the amount of money it would cost you, but that's okay. So he's spending the last remaining buck here, and therefore he just gained 3 more points. 1, 2, 3 of relaxation. So he's already at 6. So if he's now losing 16, he will end up at a -10. So in his best interest, he wants to get at least to 7 points, not to go to this base. Getting to the 10 or -10, -11, that's not really a big deal. You can get out of this. You really want to avoid ending somewhere down here. So we really have to make some progress very soon now. So it's now over to us, and I guess before we place any more workers again, we want to wait until those spaces get available again. We want to strike again. So we will spend 3 of our tokens here to basically up our or down our weekly hours for the work week here. So we just move from -16 to -15. That's okay. In theory, we could keep going, but again, right now I'm stalling in order to wait for the robot to return back to the factory. So I will end it here. So we will roll again, and that's a 1 in this case. He cannot go to vacation, he's out of money. He cannot visit the union because both of those spaces are occupied by me. Then he will strike for better working conditions. So he's also stalling now. That's a bummer. Okay. Only if more strike tokens than workers on factory. I think, yeah, that's the case. He has 4 strike tokens and only 1 worker. So he will go for union support in this case. Okay, so he will spend 3 of his strike tokens in order to gain more union support. So once you're returning to your to work, you get basically money. You're getting paid depending on where you are on this track, minus the gender pay gap here, which is something that's really cool in this game. And then you also get strike tokens depending on where you are on this track. Right now we would normally gain 4. He just gained an extra 1, which is definitely good for him. But that's already it for the AI player actually. Yeah, that's the case. So again, it's back to us. And because we know with this next action he has to go back to the factory because he only has 1 more strike token left, I think we will spend our not our last 2. We will spend 2 of our strike tokens to get better payment now. So at the end, when we are moving back to the factory, we will get 8 money instead of only 7. But again, we will lose 2 because of the gender pay gap here. This is something we can take care of too. Well, that's okay. So we have increased our working conditions already, which is not a bad thing. And then again, we are moving back to the robot. So let's see. Again, that's a 1. And I told you, you will see my logo relatively often because I'm usually rolling low. So he cannot strike for better working conditions, obviously, because he's out of any strike. He has 1 left, but with 1, there is nothing you can do. Which means now pub and home, 1 worker in front of the bar if possible, otherwise go home. Okay, he cannot go in front of the bar actually because he's out of money, which means he will send his last remaining worker home here. Again, this was the worker that's already here because he was the starting player, but therefore you gain, so basically falling asleep in front of the TV, he gets one more relaxation for that. I think that was key for him actually. I think this was pretty helpful. Now all of his workers will get home, but before we do that, we will first of all deal with the relaxation here. So right now he's still at 70 hours, so he's losing 16 points, which means 7. He goes back to -9. I think this is what I always envision. So he's not in the reds here, so this is kind of success for you, really. So not making it here is really, really key. And now he gets some money, which again is 7 minus 2, the gender pay gap, so that's 5 more quid. That's okay. And he will also gain 5 of those strike tokens here from the union supported. Now all of the workers will go back, so he's freeing up those tasty spaces here too. He will also get the partners now, so as of the next turn he can start using those. And one thing that I forgot, he had one worker on vacation. He's on a 1-week vacation, so he's now moving back to the factory right off the bat. But because one worker was on vacation, got a bonus in that. So you're basically, for every worker that's still on vacation, when you do this check here, you are basically getting 1 extra relaxation, or you're saving 1 of your relaxations. So he's at -8 instead. And again, that's really powerful actually. Then it's back to us, and we really need to go on a blind date now. This was basically my plan all along. We will send one of our workers here at least. So this costs us 2 quid in order to get a partner, and we get 1 relaxation. I do that here off camera. So we at -4 now. In theory, I could now use this token here, but if he's now going to the runner's trail, which would be really bad, I really would like to save it for the runner's trail actually. I think so. It could be a risk, but I think let's do that. On the other hand, he might now go to, I don't know, having amusement park right here or somewhere else. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's tricky. That's tricky, folks. No, I think we need some more points actually, or we could really prep for the next round. Nope, let's keep it here for now. So over to the robot. And again, this plus token is not available in a 3, 4, 5 or 6 player game. Not really sure if I like this a lot actually, but again, usually in another, if you're playing with 3 players, an actual player would take whatever another space that's precious to you anyway. Okay, that's a 3, which I guess is easy. He will go to the theme park with a partner, which is, wow, that's huge. So he will bring 1 dude and 1 partner now with him. Again, this is a little hard. You can bring a partner with them. He will always go for the maximum relaxation, which means he will now spend 5 quid in order to gain 9 relaxation plus 2 because he sent a partner here. So that's really, really huge, obviously. Wow, this hurt, which means he's moving from -8 to +3 with his very first action this round. Oh boy, that's tough. Back to us, and I believe we really want those double spaces here. We want to send 2 of our workers here onto this runner's trail, which means we have to spend our plus token here, giving it back to the purple player, but therefore we all just scored 6 more of those relaxation points, bringing us up to 2, right? We were 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, that's a 2. Okay, but we have lost our precious plus token, but I guess it was still worth it. So let's roll the die. And here's a good piece, or a good side of things, because he spent all of his money. So really the very cool spaces are currently not available to him. That's another one. I mean, again, he would go to vacation. He's out of money. He can't go there. He cannot visit the union again. Still, those spaces are blocked by me. But he will then go for a strike for better working conditions. Only if more strike tokens than workers on factory. Oh no, that's not the case. He has 6 strike tokens and he also has 6 workers in his factory. And this has only if more strike tokens than workers on factory. So that's not going to happen. So he will go to the pub and home actually. Is that really a thing? 1 worker in front of the bar if possible, otherwise go home. Is that really his best choice? But yeah, he will take it. But I believe he will only send one worker here right away. So pretty much also stalling a little bit, which is, I think, cleverly done in this AI here, at least with this one. So there are also spaces where he would send 3. But again, the one says 1 worker in front of the bar. Right now he doesn't have any money, so he cannot get drinking. So he will go in here actually in order to score an additional relaxation. And then it's back to us. And wow, this was really lucky actually, because we still have this second space here available. And by the way, I don't think he's using the plus token when he's sending someone to the pub or to home, because again, you can send pretty much up to 3 workers there anyway. So I'm pretty sure he's not wasting it there. If I'm wrong, let me know. Maybe I'm playing it harder on me than I should, but I believe that's the case. So again, I want another blind date here. So we will send another of our workers here. We will spend 2 of our dollars, quid, bucks, euros, whatever. We will get yet another partner. How nice is that? And we will also score at least 1 relaxation. It's not great, but I take it. So we are here accordingly. I'm not really doing great actually, but I might be okay. So let's see about that. Back to the robot. He will roll here, and that's a 3 again. Theme park doesn't have any money. He will strike for better working conditions. Only if more striking than workers. Yeah, I think right now that's the case. He has 6 and now 5 workers. Okay, what will he do first? Income and gender gap. Okay, let's do that. I guess he will spend 5 of his tokens now, right? I think so. In theory, it doesn't really make too much of a difference, so he will spend 2 here, that's for sure, because that's the cheapest option. The next option would be this or that. It's both 3, but the next step for this would be only 2. So I think I would play it like this. He will go for this option here instead, which means he will spend 5 of his tokens, and that was his action. So as of the next turn, he will then basically gain 8 minus 1. So that's $7 instead of only 5 that he got from the last round. So he really also significantly improved his working conditions. Back to us, and I think we now have to place our last worker. And I guess we want to send someone here to vacation, right? We have vacation here. Yeah, we do. So we will place 1 worker here. Doesn't really matter. We have 4 of those pillars here, 4 of those columns, which is available. So we will send our worker here. We will spend $1 on this, which gives us 3 relaxation, and keep in mind it also protects us from a relaxation loss, at least 1 point. So we gained 1, 2 and 3 tokens. That's nice. Now we are losing 15 minus 1 because the guy who is still on vacation counts. So we are losing 14 points in total only, quote unquote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Also at minus 8. Pretty much the same thing as the purple robot player, but that's okay. I will take it. So we have not fallen below that one here. I think that's pretty cool. Then we get our income, 8 minus 2. That's $6 in total. So I take that. That's at least $1 more than the AI player got for his first withdrawal there. And on top of that, we will only score 4 of those strike tokens, but I will take those anyway. I mean, that's still okay. We can do stuff with it, and then all of those guys will return back to the factory, and then it's back to the robot. Let's roll the die, and that's 2. Again, he's out of money actually, so he will not go to the hotel, he will not go to the vacation, but he will go on a motorcycle ride because he still has a partner now. That's really bad because it doesn't cost him anything. The good thing is he only has 1 partner, so he will not use his +1 token here. So he will go in here, but therefore he will immediately score points, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4 at 8 already. Wow, that's something. Again, the game can move very, very quickly now. So it's back to us. And we definitely want to use the motel here now because we have the money and we do have the partners and we have the workers for that. Oh, that's great. We spent $1 in order to get 6 relaxation. That's really huge. It's really a pity we didn't get the plus token here. So we are going to -2. That's something. That's really something. With the very first action, getting 6 relaxation, that's definitely not a bad thing. Back to the robot. He still has 4 more workers left, and that's a 4. Again, yeah, he's going to the second motorcycle. No, he can't do that. He doesn't have a partner left. left. Okay, that's good. Blind date. Yeah, the blind date spot is available, but he doesn't have the money. Oh, that's bit. But he will go to the fitness trail. And yes, once again, he will use the plus token in order to do that twice, actually. Oh, that's a bummer. So therefore, he will score 6 more points, bringing him to 14 in total. Wow, that's something. Again, the game can move really quick. This is the end game trigger already. This can happen relatively quickly. But now it's back to us. And we still have, wow, we still have that space left, actually. And we have the plus token now. Huh. What nasty things can we do with that? Not too many, actually. I guess we want to go in here. On the other hand, we know he cannot take this space away from us because, again, he doesn't have a partner left. So maybe we want to go in here first. Getting yet another partner could be important. On the other hand, we still have the union spaces available and we have the plus token. So I guess that's what we are going to do, right? 1 and 2, which gives us yet another 6 of those strike tokens. That's nice. We can again improve our working conditions quite significantly, actually. But again, back to the AI player who gets this token back too, by the way. So let's see. And that's again the 4. Motel, no. Motorcycle ride, no. Blind date, no. He doesn't have the money. Again, fitness trail is blocked. Visiting the union, just blocked. And home. 3 workers, go home. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, he will do that. Interesting. So therefore, he will send all those dudes in here. He gets 2 more relaxation, which brings him to 16. Wow, that's something, actually. Didn't send anyone on vacation. And again, he still has a 70 hours work week, which means he goes from 17 right back to 0. But that's pretty great. I mean, he moved back to 8 and now he only moved back to 0. So he definitely improved quite significantly. All of his workers come back. He will get $7 here and 5 more strike tokens, and then it's back to me. So now that I know he has a partner left, I think let's go for another motel visit here, because again, that's, I believe, the most, I think that's the best deal. So let's go in here. We will spend $1. We get 4 back. Let's do it like this. Again, that's very, very efficient use of our money here to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 more relaxation. But right, we still have a long way to go, actually. But again, I believe we can improve our working condition maybe even twice or so this time. So maybe not losing that many, but there is still some, I think we can still gain some extra relaxation this round. We still have 3 more workers left. That's okay. Let's move back to the AI. That's a 2. Motel, we just blocked it. That's great. But he will go to the vacation with a partner if possible. Yeah, he will do that. But again, this means he will spend a lot of his money, actually. So he can go to 2 weeks of vacation and he will do that. He will bring a partner, which means the fee is doubled here. So he has to spend $4 now in order to send both of those guys 2 weeks on vacation, which is pretty great though, because you also get the double benefit. So he just gained 12 more relaxation, which is huge, of course. Again, with his very first action, now he still has some money left, so he can do something very similar relatively soon too. Wow, that's bad. And I believe, oh yeah, he has the double token, actually. He has the double token. I nearly forgot that. He still has a partner, so he will, but not enough money. So he will send someone here and someone there to the 1 week of vacation in this case. So he has to spend 2 of his dollars, but still getting 6 more of those relaxation points. Yeah, that's pretty insane, actually. So he's moving to 18. But again, he's starting with his 2 weeks of vacation right off the bat. So wow, he could really get a lot of points. And he's not losing those 2 relaxation points because 2 workers now on vacation. That's really something for him. So again, he definitely already has improved again. And his turn is still not over, by the way. But at least I will get the plus token back now. And maybe I want to use the plus token on these spaces again. Yeah, let's do that, actually. Yeah, why not? So we will go in here and there. We will spend our token, but therefore we will also score 6 points, and the token goes back to the purple player right off the bat, but bringing us to 10 relaxation points. Okay, that's at least something. Not sure. I think we should have improved to not as much as the purple player, but at least this will work out for us. Wow. Okay, back to purple. So let's roll the die. A 3. Theme park. Theme park costs at least $3, so that's not gonna happen. He only has $1. He will now strike for better working condition because he has 6 tokens. He has 5 workers, so yeah, he will do that. And again, we will do the income and gender gap. I think that works out for him pretty well. So I think for our robot, it's still best to go in here because this costs him only 5. Because if he would increase here twice, that would cost him 6. So I think this is the more efficient way to go. So he will spend 5 of his tokens. Again, maybe I'm playing this too mean on myself, but that's how I would do that. So right now at the end of, or basically when he's moving back to the factory, he will gain $9 in total. That's really something. Okay, it's back to us. We still have a worker, but we also have a hell of a lot of our strike tokens. So we better use those now. And I believe, should we now? We could take it slowly actually, or should we? Should we take it slowly or not? That's now a good question actually, because the faster I move, interesting piece. Oh, come on. What am I going to do now? Let's take it slow, actually. We will spend 4 strike tokens in order to basically increase our working situation here. So we are moving from 60 down to 50 hours, which is cool. So we are only losing 14 points at the end of this relaxation time. And I guess let's wait. Let's move back to the robot. So let's see. A 6 again for the most, or always maximum relaxation. He only has 1 more point left, but he has the plus token. So I guess the maximum relaxation should be this space. I guess so. I think that's the case. So he will spend both, and he's taking it away from me. I think it makes double sense actually. So I will get this token back, but therefore he just scored also 2 relaxation points. 4, sorry, bringing him to 22. Wow, that's truly insane. And then it's our, no, it's not really our last action. I think we can still do a strike action, and I think that's what we are going to do. And maybe, maybe I have missed something here. This was bad planning on my behalf, but I have the plus token. No, I'm fine. I'm really okay. So I will now spend, I don't know, 5 or 6. No, I think I will spend 6 tokens now. 1 here, we need more money, that's for sure. And either going here for the 3rd one or getting more. I think money could be more important when we go on vacation later on, for example, or for those. Yeah, let's go for the gender pay gap here. That's okay. So those were our strike tokens, so we will also gain $8, which is pretty okay. Then I will roll a 5. I think that's the first 5 of the game, if I recall that correctly. He's not going to strike because he only has 1 token left. Then he will go for vacation. No, he doesn't have money. He doesn't have money for the blind date actually. Yeah, we need to, oh, he could go on vacation. Sorry for that. Yes, he will go for vacation actually. Yes, absolutely. Because vacation only costs you $1 actually. Wow, therefore he's getting it another 3, moving him up to 25 relaxation points. That's really truly insane. And I guess then it's our last action, and I guess we want to go to the amusement park here, or do we want another partner? We have 2 partners, right? I think that's okay for now. Yeah, let's go to the amusement park. We cannot send a partner. We will spend all our money here, so that's 4 in total, and again 4 will give us 7 relaxation points, which isn't bad either. Moving here to 17. Okay, we will send all our workers back, so we will lose 14 of those points, moving back to 3. That's okay. I still, at least I feel okay about that. Again, we are not getting anything from our workers. Then we gain $8. All right, 9 minus 1, that's 8. Okay, I take those, and we still only get 4 of those strike tokens, but that's okay too, because again, we have focused on our working time. I think that's okay. And then all our workers will finally move back to our factory. But I think I will end my playthrough here for today. I really hope you enjoyed it and really get the view of things. This is really, or requires a lot of table space. So these rings here really take much more space than they would need. So in theory, what I could have done is simply taking those spaces here, but they really look nice actually, but again, consuming a lot of table space. I mean, the one reason about that is that they're modular, so you can basically adjust the amount of worker spaces here depending on the player count. So this works very nice. You don't have to cover up any spaces or whatnot, but again, this all takes a lot of table space actually. I really had to squeeze this here together in order to make this work. Again, I really hope you're enjoying my little playthrough of Finishing Time here. Let me know if you want to keep me going. I'm definitely excited to play this to the bitter end. I'm pretty sure with the next episode I should be able to finish it, the Finishing Time. Huge shout out to all of my patrons out there. Really absolutely appreciate your support. You're all stars. If you want to support my channel, you will definitely find a link to my page on Patreon here somewhere in the description, and it will pop up during this video sometime. Pretty sure about that. You can join my community on YouTube directly. Basically the same perks. Like and subscribe. This really helps me growing my channel too. And yeah, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.